who's messaging me here? Best of 11. No, it's 3:36 a.m. for me. I do not want best of 11. Don't want any part of a BO11 right now. Wavy Bear 66. Thank you for the 6-month Prime. That's very appropriate. And Age Jockstrap, how you doing with 41 months of Prime? That is absolutely insane. Welcome back, buddy. Hope you're doing well. And JJ Ree, thanks for the 5-month Prime from you. I think that is everybody. If I missed anyone, then please do let me know in my Twitch chat. Just at Johnny Boy Me and I'll try to spot it. You're all, I don't know why I even said that. Now you're all just going to do it, even though you're not even subbed. But let's see what Omar can do here. This is second series on stream, and that is a brilliant start. Look at the accuracy on this shot. Didn't have much space to work with here. And you'll notice that he made a play there with the setup that I often criticize. Very direct at the goalkeeper dribble on first touch in this case. But, you know, if you can hit your shots as accurately as that, it can work out. That was a fantastic piece of placement by Omar. So like I said, Omar is playing his second series on stream today. He played his first one, I think it was before the European Invitational. Yeah, it was before the European Invitational versus Sharif, and he got the win there, 3-1. Chronic had quite a few wins before TEI, but then I think he also lost to AJ, if I'm not mistaken. And since then he's come back and he's looking top form once again. Absolutely crushing J-Russ just last week. This is going to be interesting. I think, you got to give Chronic the edge in this matchup. His mechanics are top tier. And, strategically, defensively, he seems to have an extremely well-rounded game. I'd say his only weakness that I've noticed in the past is he doesn't like being boost-starved in defense for too long. And it, can lead to him making mistakes if he is getting boost-starved over and over again. And he also kind of struggles to deal with the pressure that comes alongside it. So that has got to be the key to victory, in my opinion. Omar needs to keep control of the boost battle. If he can do that, maybe he has a chance here. And so far, looking really good. Omar has got his Twitch channel in his name. Not sure if he's streaming, though. Is he, in fact, streaming? Also, is Omar a West Coast player? Because this is a USC server and he's got 100 ping. He must be a West Coast player. Or he's just got a really bad internet connection. But Chronic is streaming, if I'm not mistaken, so you can find Chronic on twitch.tv/Chronic. Is it Chronic_RL or is it Chronic RL? I'm gonna check. Yeah, it's Chronic RL_, sorry. Chronic RL_. Omar is streaming as well. So both of these guys are streaming. I definitely want all of you to go and, whether it's between games because you don't want to miss anything, or right now, definitely go and give them some love in the chat. Give them a thank you for being on the show for us today. Always appreciate the players coming on and giving us games to watch, especially during coronavirus time. And that was a very nice pot by Chronic. He's just to ride Omar's challenge here. Omar didn't want to back off any further. His fake challenge really didn't do anything, and what he's trying to do there is reverse into the ball while hiding behind it, but I think he just took a bit too long. There was a slight hesitation, and that gave Chronic the time he needed to put the ball over him. But now, one kickoff goal apiece, and we're all tied up again. Thank you, by the way, to Moser Closer for the 2-month Prime. I'll try my best to keep up the good work, and welcome back, man. Next goal will be a pinch. Well, it was actually a kickoff goal, so you were pretty far off there. And this was going to be a kickoff goal as well. So, Chronic getting immediate revenge. I think he already had one kickoff goal earlier this game, so this isn't so much revenge as just him getting the advantage in that aspect once again. Chuck TJ, thanks for gifted a sub to Liquidity. Welcome, Liquidity, for your 6-month resub. Great control by Chronic. Notice that if he keeps that ball in the corner, there's no way for Omar to make a play on it. Now he's setting up the reset. Gets it. High pop into the bar, but not into the goal. Omar's going to shoot from distance. It looks like he is playing for the boost steal, but Chronic just plays for the goal. And that is too smart. Chronic one step ahead. Omar thought he was the one who was one step ahead, going for the boost steal in the corner, anticipating that is where Omar, or that is where Chronic rather, would go. Chronic had his eye on Omar. He saw the boost steal coming. Who knows? Maybe this is going to be a new look Chronic. I've never seen him, like I said, play exceptionally well when he's consistently boost starved. And it's a difficult thing to do, but, you know, 1v1 series in the past at the highest level have been known to, you know, have both players kind of heavily boost starving each other back and forth. And often you'll have players who are really good at defending for minutes at a time, or even at like turning defense into offense with no boost. You know, Scrub used to be really good at that. Theory Peak as well, although he was as good at everything. Flakes, of course. Never a player to panic in defense, no matter how much boost has been stolen from him. It's difficult to stop the kind of mechanical plays that North American Rocket League 1v1 players are bringing out right now. What is going on here? This is insane. How many kickoff goals has Omar just scored? Chronic was 2 goals up, but now he's 2 goals down. So not the best passage of play there for him. It's not going to... Actually, I was going to say it's not going to get any better, but it is going to get better because Omar's missed the ball. So I'm going to stop talking. Nothing that I say is making sense. Omar was trying to score another kickoff goal there. He was trying to be very sneaky and take a shot while Chronic would back off. I mean, this is a reward for Omar using so much boost on these kickoffs. That's a great challenge. Chronic did not see that one coming. Omar going to go ahead by 2 again. This is very impressive for Omar. He's not just had kickoff goals today, he's had some very nice transition plays as well. Sticking a good challenge in and then taking the ball straight into the danger area. Look at that for a setup by Omar. Oh my goodness. Good luck seeing that one coming. He just took off straight up into the air in reverse for this. And he still landed before Chronic could get there. That is a sick first touch, if I've ever seen one. And now he's the one who mixed up the kickoff. He's had quite a good few kickoff goals. Now he's just going to keep the ball in the corner. Omar looking very difficult to predict at the moment. Chronic still has a chance to bring this back. This is a great spot for him to be in. And that is a brilliant shot as well. Oh my days. These guys are popping off all of a sudden.
Johnny Stream Poochers.
Cheers, thanks Marky for the 10-month tier 1, buddy. How you doing? And we've had some pretty Poogers goals right here. That was insane at both ends of the field. Chronic still has a good chance here. Obviously he needs a couple kickoffs to... Well, he doesn't need them, but he would love a couple kickoffs to go his way. Look at this aggression by Omar, though. He's not holding back. And he's ahead by 3 again. Pretty common play to see there. Just a rush touch into the corner. See exactly what Chronic plans to do with it. It's a touch that often leads to wasted time, which is something that favours Omar right now. So it's definitely a smart decision to just play that ball quickly into the corner. But less smart was Chronic's controlling touch into the middle. This looks a very difficult shot to stop, though. And Omar is not even going to get close to it because Chronic has just guided it in. Don't know if Omar could have really done anything here because Chronic's, yeah, he's timed his arrival brilliantly there. I think there may have been a tiny window of opportunity for Omar to get a save, but it was tiny. Chronic sent that shot on target so quickly. Omar going to try and play the ball away from Chronic, but he gets demoed from behind, and this is a scoreable open net. There's nothing that Omar could do there if Chronic just shot early. Chronic took his time and he didn't get the goal. That was, I think, a wrong decision. Now here comes the double touch. Chronic has hit the bar. Obviously he wanted to hit the bar the first time. Oh, you wouldn't expect him to hit the bar twice there. So consistent with those usually, but Chronic has just given away his late game comeback, and Omar will walk away With a game 1 victory, Chronic visibly tilted after missing that double touch. I mean, he's just missed the ball in the back corner there. This is a very interesting game 1. Not often you get a Chronic game that he's conceding 12 goals in. I mean, a lot of them were quick goals after kickoffs, but there were also counter-attack goals. There were goals where Omar was just able to score into Chronic while Chronic is in position in defense. There were some phenomenal outplays. There were some forced errors as well. This was a really well-rounded offensive display from Omar. And Chronic is definitely going to have a hard time playing against him for the rest of the series if the games look like this one stylistically, because this is actually the style that Chronic doesn't do too well against. He's super aggressive, hard to predict, kind of willing to go for anything kind of player. You missed my streams, have I been? I've been good, man. How about you? I'm doing alright with the quarantine. Hopefully you are as well. Like how Chronic says, don't ready up, and then he says ready, and Omar just hasn't readied up. He's like, no, we will go into game number 2 on my terms, Chronic. Let's see, firstly, what Chronic can do on the kickoff, because there's no denying that after a small lead, I think he was 2 kickoff goals to 1 early in the match, Omar made some adjustments. Notably, he was just using a lot more boost to get to the ball that bit faster. It's a risky game to play, because if you use tons of boost and then you don't get to the ball quick enough, or you don't get the kickoff win, you're in a lot of trouble. That's a great save by Chronic, who's going to make the Carthage Fennec here. Yeah, it looks like Omar's been mixing in the super fast kickoff as well. You'll have to keep an eye out for it. It looks like he's side flipping, but I think actually he's diagonal flipping and then flip cancelling. That's a pull shot save by Omar. Chronic coming in hot with another air dribble bump, and he actually got bumped into the ball. That is, of course, the downside, not being supersonic when you go for those. Chronic's been forced to put that one into his own net. Omar's up by 1. And it looks like Chronic just doesn't know how to deal with this timing that Omar is playing with. Challenges that he's coming in with, the offensive plays that he's coming in with, they're not being read well by Chronic. Or they're not being read easily, I'll say. That's not something I'm used to seeing. Chronic is often such a great reactive player. It's so good seeing what his opponent's going to do before they do it. Omar certainly unpredictable, playing at a very high level here against a player with significantly more 1v1 show match experience than he is. He has, I should say. Is he Chronic a Dominus main? We've seen plenty of Chronic in the Fennec. I think he played a lot of it in the Salt Mine. That is a better bump by Chronic. Like I said earlier, you're at a disadvantage if you don't go fast enough to get the demo, because you might get bumped into the ball like Chronic did earlier in the game. But right there, he barely hit Supersonic as he made contact with Omar's car. That was perfect timing by Chronic to accelerate into the demo. Of course, he doesn't want to go too far ahead of the ball, but he does want to get there quickly. Oh dear, Omar thought he was going to get the boost in that position. He did not, and Chronic's accuracy with the airball shot converts yet another goal. Nice recovery as well there by Chronic. Not conventional, but certainly effective. I'm not sure though if Omar is using speed flips, or he's certainly just side flipping on some of his approaches, but I'm sure I saw a speed flip somewhere on one of these. It does look so similar to just a very slight diagonal flip. It's hard to tell sometimes. Not many players really use speed flips in their 1v1 kickoffs because it's not fast enough to really make a huge difference against someone who's at the highest level with the standard kickoff. It's interesting to see Omar adjusting. He is making a lot more changes on his face-off than Chronic is. Oh, that's a phenomenal save. Check that out. Now, Omar didn't read Chronic's shot very early, but he's still got the stop on it. And there's the boost steal. I talked about this earlier. This, I think, is still one of Omar's best win conditions today. Play for the boost steal and then afterwards go for the goal. Chronic with the mind game, and that is going to bounce in. Stopped on the goal line briefly.
Much love
Look
for
at
the
this.
content as always.
No reset, I think, for Chronic on that play. It looked like he kind of bobbled off the ball rather than landing on it. But the mind game that comes along with it is still a very powerful attack. It's so hard to stop, and with how many successful flip reset plays Chronic has already had today, forgive Omar for predicting one there. Some great ball chasing by Chronic, but Omar also staying on this one, and that is a very clean shot, straight on target. Love the control in defense from Omar. Not just this touch, but the one going the other direction as well, as he bumped Chronic into the corner and then kept the ball next to the sidewall, or the back wall I should say. Great confidence. You can tell right now with his just the way he's moving around. He is definitely feeling confident. He's playing aggressively, just like you need to against Chronic. And look at that turnaround. Omar has just caught Chronic out of position. Just too fast. It's not often you see that. Chronic is a very quick player. You all know that. Omar hit the perfect first touch, and he got right into position to follow up. Now here comes another flip reset setup. Chronic heard the challenge coming. I actually like that challenge by Omar because he's getting tired of Chronic flip resetting on him. Now this one is, I think, a bit less necessary. What did Chronic really have going for him in that corner other than a simple center ball? Not much. I'm not sure why Omar would challenge quickly there. But, you know, the challenge before that I think was really smart. Chronic is so good at landing those resets, so you have to just go. If you see that he's going to go for his flip reset setup, you just have to get in his face. You have to get to the ball as fast as possible. But is Omar going to become predictable here? Now he's slowing way down. Trying the reverse challenge again. This one will come in from behind the ball. So successful disguised approach there for Omar. Now he's dunked on Chronic's challenge here. He's bumped him once away from the play. Shots on target but too slow. Good vision by Omar. He saw Chronic coming in here. It's going to be difficult to put that one on target quickly, and he actually just gives it straight to Chronic by accident. Omar with a huge misplay here, and that is a huge game changer, because even though he didn't have the easiest angle for that aerial shot, he could have certainly popped the ball awkwardly into the corner and stolen the boost, continued attacking, and had a real chance of making the game a 6-4 score. Instead, he went for the risky shot and gets punished. Now he's down by 4 goals. No comeback in sight for Omar. Chronic going to add to his lead. Very interesting series here. Both players are, switching up their game quite a lot. We've seen, kickoff adaptations, mainly by Omar, but then Chronic just switching to a taller car to hopefully get a better outcome. That has worked for him, seemingly. But in this game, Chronic was just a bit, I think, better at deciding what risks to take. Omar would have looked like a genius if he got a big dunk in the back corner and then made the game 6-4, but he didn't. He got outplayed 7-3. He would have looked like a genius if he goes up for that really difficult aerial play, puts it in, but he didn't. He just missed it, gave the ball to Chronic. So these were, unnecessary risks that Omar took, and he has been punished for them. It's as simple as that. Chronic making a much safer route for himself in order to get the win. I don't think there's going to be a comeback here. Chronic is not interested in giving Omar the ball, far less another goal. Great power on the shot by Chronic. He knew Omar would have to come in for the challenge there. There's no other way for him to win this game. It took 2 years, but you finally made Chap 3 today. Hey, keep it up, man. Real Captain Crack, keep it up. Licolad, thanks to the 475.
YouTube viewer here, but wanted to show my support on Twitch for some time now.
Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you, Licker Lad, for swinging by from YouTube. really appreciate when YouTube viewers stop by to say hi on Twitch. This is the best place. My Twitch channel is the best place, you know, to interact with me, because I love to read my live chat. You know, it feels a lot more like a real interaction than, you know, Twitter or Discord DMs or anything like this. Like, if you're trying to reach me on these platforms, it's probably not the best idea. But my Twitch is definitely the place that you can catch me, and we can have a little chat. We can watch some Rocket League together. Yeah, I appreciate you swinging by, Liquor Lad. Time Walk 950, thanks to the 11-month Prime. And also Nicer Colhe, thank you for the 4-month Prime. I've almost definitely said your name wrong, but I do appreciate that. Let me just update the score for you guys. I know somebody's going to say it. And let's get into game number 3. Already a great start for Chronic. He's got the reset. Not the most inspiring shot. In fact, it's probably got him scored on. Accuracy from distance by Omar again. And still looking every bit as confident as he did in the first and the second games this series. You know, for someone who's played as few games on stream as he has, this is his 7th game of 1v1 on stream, if I'm not mistaken. He moves around with a lot of confidence. He strikes the ball with a lot of confidence. Look at that, he's just bumped Chronic clean out the sky as Chronic was about to shoot. And that is another goal for Omar. That is disgusting. Just as Chronic was about to reach the ball, Omar smashed him. And he's up by 2 now. Bargainator, thanks for 20 bits as well. Finally caught a stream. Glad to have you, mate. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, Omar has been, you know, not just playing with confidence, but playing with an insane amount of skill against a player like Chronic. This is insane, especially after Chronic's recent 3-0 victory against J-Ross. I really did not expect Omar to come away from this with much more than a close fought, maybe 1-game win, where things are really going his way and Chronic is struggling to play his A-game. But we've seen pretty much standard Chronic today. Just very high-level mechanics, efficient as well. Smart plays. Oh dear, Omar he's just rebounded in his own net. Now he had to go for some kind of touch here. He knows that Chronic is going to score this. If he doesn't land on this ball in some way, Chronic will put it in. So it was a good try. He had to go for that. Unfortunately, touch that he did get, not the right one. And that is Chronic all level up again. Omar has to give the ball back to Chronic at halfway line. Omar just faked a ceiling challenge there, and it's these mix-ups that are keeping Chronic guessing. Now, I mentioned earlier that I loved the very early challenge that Omar made on a Chronic flip reset setup. And I like the fake challenge for the exact same reason. He's just keeping Chronic guessing. We see one flip reset shot where he sits back in goal, tries to react to it. We see another one where he's attacking the ball early. Now we see one where he's going for a really high fake challenge. It's hard for Chronic to know exactly what kind of defense he's going to be up against when he makes these aerial plays. Is he getting rushed? Does he have time to get the setup? Great recovery there by Chronic. Got himself in a bit of trouble, and he's certainly in trouble now. But what a recovery again. How is Chronic still in the game here? Omar must have thought that that was a goal when he got the bump onto Chronic. Feels like Chronic just teleported back into his net. Omar, for all of the boosts he's had here, unable to get a shot on goal. And that is probably the most frustrated looking play that I've seen from Omar, and it's continued. He is 100% chasing right now. And I think it's because he has to feel like he deserved a goal there, that he got a goal with that bump. He's going for another bump. There's been 2 completely unsuccessful ones. This is crazy. Chronic has stayed in the game in that exchange. Omar needs to be careful. He's just got to take a look at the score, take a look at the time left in the game. He's You know, maybe feeling a bit robbed that Chronic was able to recover so quickly off that one play. A couple of very fast recoveries, actually, but there's still so much time left in the game, and there's still surely more chances to come. But Omar's all in on the bump game, and this time he does make it work. And I guess, you know, if you really do believe in this strategy being the way to get the goal, then go for it. I'm not a player or a person to complain about demos and bumps in Rocket League. Chronic might be after this onslaught that he's had to deal with. And it's just going to continue. Chronic's eliminated again. Omar has suddenly turned into a heat-seeking missile. You can't miss him all of a sudden. Chronic has missed the boost. Is that a sign of Chronic's mentality taking a hit now? You know, he lost game 1, no big deal. It's just one game. Got the win in game 2, and now we're in game 3, but lose this one, and the series really is on the brink for Chronic. Omar has played outstanding Rocket League. Look at this battle we're seeing right now in the air. Chronic is going to win it. That is the slowest aerial battle you're ever going to see. Omar got a bit too far ahead of the ball. Had to backflip just to make contact. It looks like he's just landed on the wrong side there. Just bounced off the ground instead of landing on it. Permission to do a giveaway? What kind of giveaway word up are you thinking of doing? Kind of fuzzy. Thanks for the 8-month prime. Welcome back to the stream. If you were this high level of a 1v1, you would be insane. You certainly would. You would definitely be insane if you were able to play ones at this level. It's a very interesting game that we're seeing here. Look at that landing by Omar. He's just going straight in for the second challenge. That's definitely risky, but there was undeniable upside to it that he could maybe catch Chronic off guard. Chronic has done really well. He saw that challenge coming. He neutralized the 50-50, and he has tied up the game. So again, Omar taking the risks, Chronic profiting off it. Was that necessary? I don't think so. I don't think he needed to rush that play. It's not like he was about to have an insanely difficult shot to save. Look at these fake challenges by Omar. Chronic is also playing the mind game route here. He doesn't really know what to do with that shot because Omar is just floating in front of him. Pretty crazy pre-jump mind game there. It looks like we're going to overtime for game 3, and this is a huge momentum swing about to happen. The game is perfectly in the balance. The game 1 to Omar by a few goals, game 2 to Chronic by a few goals, and now this game has been totally back and forth. Omar wanted the wave dash shot there. Don't think he had the flip when he landed. And here he comes again, looking for the route through. He's completely ran out of boost though. Chronic managing to gain an advantage just by pathing around the field in a more efficient manner. Now he's going for the winner, and he gets it. Chronic with one shot takes overtime, and it looks like Omar just got a little bit too, I would say, fast for his own good in this one. That's how he lost his lead, and that's how he's lost overtime. He's tried to play too quickly. He's refusing to change his pace when Chronic tries to bring the pace of the game to a standstill. Now that could be an interesting style for Chronic to play game 4 with. We're used to seeing Chronic playing very quickly, very fast, but I would be very interested to see a really slow game here for Chronic. If he tries to slow down the play every time he gets the ball, based on what I saw in that game 3, I think it could work really well against Omar right now, who is determined to fly into every challenge, or at least a lot of challenges, I'll say. Hey, thank you by the way to Elephant TG for the 45-month tier 1. That is absolutely insane. And thank you for Dark Beaks 36-month tier 1. What are these resubs? Absolutely ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, how about that for a mind game? Omar, from very close range, convinced Chronic that he was about to shoot. Omar has 100 ping in NA, probably Sam. I think he's just a West Coast USA player, but
the nose
correct
is
me
the
if I'm
body's
wrong.
primary organ of smell and also functions as part of the body's respiratory system.
Chronic with a
Air comes
reset.
into the
On
body
target.
through the nose,
1-1.
as it passes over the specialized cells of the
Good luck with that one,
olfactory
Omar.
system.
Pie at you, thanks for the nose fact and also the 7-month prime. Welcome back. Dr. Cho Live, thanks for the 8-month prime. Welcome back to you as well. Really appreciate that. I need a sub for 8 months of prime when it's only free sub once a month. You do it 8 months in a row. So yeah, every month you can subscribe to, well, every month that you have Amazon Prime connected to your Twitch account, you can subscribe once. So yeah, every month you just come back and click it again and boom, 8 months. This is actually what I was talking about. Chronic with his slow play. Omar didn't know how to react there. Now Chronic has played some really hard to break down setups here. You'll notice that in that play and the flip reset play that preceded it, there was no real gap. There was no real clear opportunity for Omar to make a play on the ball because Chronic had full control at the entire for the entire duration. Great bump from Omar to tie things up, though. He is fighting fire with fire right now. I'm just looking closely to see if Chronic will play that slow style. Like I said, nice pre-flip interception by Chronic. That is beautiful. Insane setup by today's favorite going into the game. And he didn't need to slow play that open net. No chance Omar could get back and save it. Yeah, you can see the surprise on Omar's position there when he noticed that Chronic had actually taken the ball away from him. There's no way that he thought that was possible. Omar looking for the top shelf from close range. Looks like he's going to be conceding again unless, as Chronic just missed that open net. He has by a fair margin. Both players stay on the ball. Chronic has got another ceiling shot set up though, and Omar doesn't know how to stop him. You know, when Chronic does have space like this, when he's able to get that first touch uncontested, he is just unbelievably difficult to deny these goals. He's also so difficult to counter-attack in these positions because even if he does miss, Chronic's probably still recovering there. That was a sick recovery by Omar. Straight down the middle. Chronic's actually air dribbled this into his crossbar. But he somehow gets goal side. Even after the fact, Omar staying on this, and he's gone for control. And that is a well-played finish as well. I thought Omar was just going to try and rush this in the bottom right corner, but he goes for the top left instead, knowing that Chronic will be lunging across the goal. Insane stuff between Chronic and Omar. This really is one of the most interesting series that I've seen coming out of North American ones these days. And look at this, Omar is still fighting back. You'd think that at this point, when Chronic's won 2 games in a row, Omar would start to let up the consistency, but no, he is still hitting his shots. He's still absolutely blasting the ball whenever he can. And his recovery mechanics haven't taken a hit at all. If he can, if he can take this into Game 5 and then play like this in Game 5, I will be so impressed. It'll show that this guy just really does not have any problems with nerves whatsoever. Chronic trying to read the bounce down. Gets a hit, but not on target. And now Omar's going to play the bump game for a little bit before attacking quickly down the line. He's given himself a great chance here. It's a solid position. Chronic parks on the near post wall. That's not the best position to cover all angles with. I don't think he's covered this one. Chronic can't stop Omar in his run straight to goal. Now that was too risky, I think. Chronic looking for the bump, and it didn't look like he was going to get it. Maybe in his head he's thinking, well, the upside here is I might get a bump or a demo. The downside is I'll just be able to play the 50-50. Well, Chronic's just missed an open net on the kickoff. And suddenly, 1 slight piece of over-aggression has cost him his lead. It's cost him a kickoff goal. And now, it's even cost him some time as well. Brilliant play by Omar. That is huge. And you know, we've said in the past that Chronic does have, you know, some, I'd say, small history with tilting. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, there it is. You know, if the mechanics start to fall off at all, you can bet it's because of that little comeback that Omar just had. But that is a brilliant shot. Well done by Chronic to get this boost first. This was the key here. Barely got there time. My goodness, that was close. But Chronic came away with a boost. And he's put the open net in. I'd say it was open, but it wasn't really. I guess Omar was there, but that's an open net again, essentially. And this is, I think, one of the worst adaptations that Omar's made on his kickoff. He just played for a fast kickoff to the side. And I'm not sure why you would do that, because that is pretty much going to get hard countered by Chronic's very standard kickoff that he usually goes for. Now we're seeing Chronic adapt. Omar saw it coming, but he just goes for the chip shot. No dribble, which is the hard counter. Now here comes a double touch on a boost star Chronic, and that'll do. Now I said that the dribble is a hard counter to what Chronic just did, but that's a pretty hard counter as well. Just get him to jump, waste a little bit of his boost, and then go where he can't. Omar in the lead again. Looking to take us into a Game 5. Game 5 where I'm sure most of you watching would probably like to see this series decided in. And it's been as interesting as this. Chronic with the pressure in the back corner, gets Omar to miss. This wasn't an entirely unforced miss here. It's right as Omar turned around. He saw Chronic dart into the position to fake the demo in the back corner. And that made Omar jump. And as he jumps, he missed the ball. So he's going to get a kickoff goal to get a 1-goal lead back. But Omar's going to need to be careful here. Chronic, very known for his fake challenges. Not one for going all in. Great pre-flip touch there by Omar. He's going to give Chronic time to bring it down though, and Chronic reads the early challenge. He's a bit unfortunate that ball just got flicked into the moon, essentially. Chronic's trying to keep this as close to the back wall as he can. Omar finds a way to bring it to safety. Both players forced to stay on the ball here by the other player's presence. Omar looking for the 50. Chronic trying to get it underneath him. Final 40 seconds in Game 4. Omar going to struggle to stop this attack. Or is he? Chronic has completely missed his flick. And I did not expect that. Can Omar stop Chronic? But he doesn't have any boost. No, he can't. All he was looking for in this play was some kind of 50-50. But the ball didn't move. Omar caught Chronic's car. He didn't catch the ball at all. And with Chronic having as much boost as he did, the bump's not really going to be that effective. That was super risky. Chronic just played for the shot when Omar was right there. Almost got punished for it. And he might get punished here. Omar playing slow, but he has missed his opportunity. It's going to be Chronic taking the lead, surely. Okay, I thought for a second he'd hit the post here. But for once, Omar has slowed down, and he might have just lost his chance to win this series as a result. The confidence disappeared. You could see that he just paused for a moment. That's something we've hardly seen him do in front of goal all series long. But when he had the opportunity to get the win before overtime, he hesitated, took a bit too much time with his shot, and ended up losing it. And that is game. Chronic takes it. And that's got to be a tilter for Omar to go from one dribbling play away from winning the series to losing it on a counter-attack. Yeah, that's not going to make him too happy at all. Omar just apologized right now. He was going to say GG's in party chat, but the party's been destroyed. So he didn't do that on purpose. He didn't just He didn't just say no. He didn't not say GG's. He did mean to say it in party chat. I think he just wanted to leave the game. He's like, screw this game, man. Just totally through. I mean, he'll feel like he's thrown that. I'm sure he's just mad at himself because that will feel like a throw to go from a hugely advantageous position with less than 10 seconds to go in a tie game, game 4, about to go into game 5. With how effective his offense has been today, he would have definitely put money on himself scoring that play. I mean, I would as well. If you showed me that position, based on what we've seen today, I would have expected a goal. But yeah, that's probably why he left the game. He's like he said after he meant to say GG's in party chat. Said yeah, GG's to both players. Really interesting series. Omar looking like the real deal here, and Chronic, as we all know, he is certainly already the real deal in NA1s. Can I do a Lenny versus King show match eventually? I'm sure that would be in high demand for sure. I would be very interested to see a really slow game here for Chronic. If he tries to slow down the play every time he gets the ball, based on what I saw in that game 3, I think it could work really well against Omar right now, who is determined to fly into every challenge, or at least a lot of challenges, I'll say. Hey, thank you by the way to Elephant TG for the 45-month Tier 1. That is absolutely insane. And thank you for Dark Beaks 36-month Tier 1. What are these resubs? Absolutely ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, how about that for a mind game? Omar, from very close range, convinced Chronic that he was about to shoot. Omar has 100 ping in NA, probably Sam. I think he's just a West Coast USA player, but
the nose is the body's primary organ of smell and also functions as part of the body's respiratory system.
Chronic with a reset. On target. 1-1.
As it passes over the specialized cells of the
good luck with that one, Omar. Pie at you, thanks for the nose fact and also the 7-month prime. Welcome back. Dr. Cho Live, thanks for the 8-month prime. Welcome back to you as well. Really appreciate that. I need a sub for 8 months of prime when it's only free sub once a month. You do it 8 months in a row. So yeah, every month you can subscribe to, well, every month that you have Amazon Prime connected to your Twitch account, you can subscribe once. So yeah, every month you just come back and click it again and boom, 8 months. This is actually what I was talking about. Chronic with his slow play. Omar didn't know how to react there. Now Chronic has played some really hard to break down setups here. You'll notice that in that play and the flip reset play that preceded it, there was no real gap. There was no real clear opportunity for Omar to make a play on the ball because Chronic had full control at the entire for the entire duration. Great bump from Omar to tie things up though. He is fighting fire with fire right now. I'm just looking closely to see if Chronic will play that slow style. Like I said, nice pre-flip interception by Chronic. That is beautiful. Insane setup by today's favorite going into the game. And he didn't need to slow play that open net. No chance Omar could get back and save it. Yeah, you can see the surprise on Omar's position there when he noticed that Chronic had actually taken the ball away from him. There's no way that he thought that was possible. Omar looking for the top shelf from close range. Looks like he's going to be conceding again unless, as Chronic just missed that open net. He has by a fair margin. Both players stay on the ball. Chronic has got another ceiling shot set up though, and Omar doesn't know how to stop him. You know, when Chronic does have space like this, when he's able to get that first touch uncontested, he is just unbelievably difficult to deny these goals. He's also so difficult to counter-attack in these positions because even if he does miss, Chronic's probably still recovering there. That was a sick recovery by Omar. Straight down the middle. Chronic's actually air dribbled this into his crossbar. Now he somehow gets goal side even after the fact. Omar staying on this, and he's gone for control And that is a well-played finish as well. I thought Omar was just going to try and rush this in the bottom right corner, but he goes for the top left instead, knowing that Chronic will be lunging across the goal. Insane stuff between Chronic and Omar. This really is one of the most interesting series that I've seen coming out of North American ones these days. And look at this. Omar is still fighting back. You'd think that at this point, when Chronic's won 2 games in a row, Omar would start to let up the consistency, but no, he is still hitting his shots. He's still absolutely blasting the ball whenever he can, and his recovery mechanics haven't taken a hit at all. If he can, if he can take this into Game 5 and then play like this in Game 5, I will be so impressed. It'll show that this guy just really does not have any problems with nerves whatsoever. Chronic trying to read the bounce down. Gets a hit, but not on target. And now Omar's going to play the bump game for a little bit before attacking quickly down the line. He's given himself a great chance here. It's a solid position. Chronic parks on the near post wall. That's not the best position to cover all angles with. I don't think he's covered this one. Chronic can't stop Omar in his run straight to goal. Now, that was too risky, I think. Chronic looking for the bump, and it didn't look like he was going to get it. Maybe in his head he's thinking, well, the upside here is I might get a bump or a demo. The downside is I'll just be able to play the 50-50. Well, Chronic's just missed an open net on the kickoff, and suddenly one slight piece of over-aggression has cost him his lead. It's cost him a kickoff goal, and now it's even cost him some time as well. Brilliant play by Omar. That is huge. And we've said in the past that Chronic does have, some, I'd say, small history with tilting. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, there it is. If the mechanics start to fall off at all, you can bet it's because of that little comeback that Omar just had. But that is a brilliant shot. Well done by Chronic to get this boost first. This was the key here. Barely got there time. My goodness, that was close. But Chronic came away with the boost, and he's put the open net in. I'd say it was open, but it wasn't really. I guess Omar was there, but that's an open net again, essentially. And this is, I think, one of the worst adaptations that Omar's made on his kickoff. He just played for a fast kickoff to the side, and I'm not sure why you would do that, because that is pretty much going to get hard countered by Chronic's very standard kickoff that he usually goes for. I've never seen Chronic adapt. Omar saw it coming, but he just goes for the chip shot, no dribble, which is the hard counter. Now here comes a double touch on a boost star Chronic, and that'll do. Now, I said that the dribble is a hard counter to what Chronic just did, but that's a pretty hard counter as well. Just get him to jump, waste a little bit of his boost, and then go where he can't. Omar in the lead again. Looking to take us into a Game 5. Game 5 where I'm sure most of you watching would probably like to see this series decided in. And it's been as interesting as this. Chronic with the pressure in the back corner, gets Omar to miss. This wasn't an entirely unforced miss here. Just right as Omar turned around, he saw Chronic dart into the position to fake the demo in the back corner, and that made Omar jump. And as he jumps, he missed the ball. So he's going to get a kickoff goal to get a one-goal lead back. But Omar's going to need to be careful here. Chronic, very known for his fake challenges. Not one for going all in. Great pre-flip touch there by Omar. He's going to give Chronic time to bring it down though, and Chronic reads the early challenge. He's a bit unfortunate that ball just got flicked into the moon, essentially. Chronic's trying to keep this as close to the back wall as he can. Omar finds a way to bring it to safety. Both players forced to stay on the ball here. Find the other player's presence. Omar looking for the 50. Chronic trying to get it underneath him. Final 40 seconds in Game 4. Omar Gonna struggle to stop this attack, or is he? Chronic has completely missed his flick. And I did not expect that. Can Omar stop Chronic when he doesn't have any boost? No, he can't. All he was looking for in this play was some kind of 50-50, but the ball didn't move. Omar caught Chronic's car, he didn't catch the ball at all. And with Chronic having as much boost as he did, the bump's not really going to be that effective. That was super risky. Chronic just played for the shot when Omar was right there. Almost got punished for it. And he might get punished here. Omar playing slow, but he has missed his opportunity. It's going to be Chronic taking the lead, surely. Okay, I thought for a second he'd hit the post here. But for once, Omar has slowed down, and he might have just lost his chance to win this series as a result. The confidence disappeared. You could see that he just paused for a moment. That's something we've hardly seen him do in front of goal all series long. But when he had the opportunity to get the win before overtime, he hesitated, took a bit too much time with his shot, and ended up losing it. And that is game. Chronic takes it. And that's got to be a tilter for Omar to go from one dribbling play away from winning the series to losing it on a counter-attack. Yeah, that's not gonna make him too happy at all.